children. So in last class we have discussed about the checklist which we have to follow to conserve the natural resources. So in today's class we are going to see about how to reduce our ecological footprint. Understood? So ecological footprint estimates the biological, productive land and sea area needed to provide the renewable resources that a population consumes and to observe the waste it generates using prevailing technology and resource management practices rather than trying to determine how many people uh, a given land area. Understood? So let us see in detail about the ecological footprint. Given the limited resources of the planet Earth, how much pressure is mankind putting on it? You know that. Understood? Since uh, if we take an example of our country, it stands second in the population and China stands first in the population. So many million people are there on the earth. So in the same way, we are putting more pressure on the earth. So is there any way to measure the overall impact of human activity on the earth's environment? So the World Wildlife Fund has devised a measure called as ecological footprint. Understood? Which gives an idea about the extent of consumption of resources and waste generation. Understood? Waste generation by a country or by an individual in a country. Understood? When anyone asks you about the ecological footprint, you have to give the example or the meaning of footprint is this. Understood? Then this indicator is an estimate of the amount of space on the earth that can be that an individual uses in order to survive using existing technology. So let us see the picture of the ecological footprint. You can see the picture here. Ecological footprint, forest products, carbon footprint, then cropland, pasture and built up land, fisheries. Understood? So what does it say? So ecological footprint which gives an idea about the extent of consumption of natural resources. You can see it in the picture. And whatever the available resources are there, in what manner we are using, it is going to measure, and the waste generated by these resources or the man will be measured. So, and the space which on the earth, how much space we are using with the help of the technology, we are going to see in this ecological footprint, and this includes the biologically productive land. You know, productive land means the land which is used for agriculture or many other purposes, and the water areas or water, you know, the bluish shows the water area, then that produces resources consumed by an individual such as food of land and water and required to assimilate the waste generated by that person. Understood? Then, in other words, the ecological footprint measures a person's demand on biocapacity of the earth. Understood? Now, let us see what about the ecological footprint. You can see the picture here. We will see about the worldwide fund and how it was introduced, when it was introduced. We'll see now. The Worldwide Fund for the Nature is an international non governmental organization which was founded in 1961 that works in the field of wilderness preservation and reduction of human impact on the earth. It was formerly named as World Wildlife Fund, which remains the official name in Canada and United States. So the headquarters is in Gland, it is in Switzerland. It was founded in 29 April 1961. Smoges in Switzerland, and president was Marwan Sukhdev, and subsidiaries were India, Hong Kong, and the International Gorilla Conservation Program. Then the founders were Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, Prince Bernard, etc. Understood? See, the World Wildlife Fund defines a country's ecological footprint as a sum of all cropland, grazing land, forest, and fishing grounds required to produce the food, fiber, and timber it consumes, to observe the waste emitted when it uses energy, and to provide space for infrastructure. Understood? What does it define? You can see the picture here. Understood? So, the grazing land, cropland, forest. Understood? Then the food which is produced, and fiber, timber it consumes, then to observe waste emitted when it uses energy, and to provide space for infrastructure. Then Wildlife Funds in its Living Planet report of 2014 found that in 2010 the global ecological footprint was 18.1 billion. Understood? Global hectares. So, or 2.6 global hectares per capita. Understood? Then Earth's total biocapacity was 12 billion global hectare. GHA means global hectare, or 1.7 global hectare. Understood? The total capacity of the land or the earth they are saying here. Understood? This means that Earth's people needed 18 billion hectares of the productive land in order to provide each and every person with the resources they require to support their lifestyle and to absorb waste they produce. Understood? Then, with the only 12 billion global hectares available, it means that in 2010 people used about 50% more natural resources than the planet could regenerate. Understood? That is 1.5 of the planet. Then, if we continue living in the same way we have to live until now, we will exceed the earth's power of generation, and in few decades time will need 5 planets earths in order to survive. So, however, it's not possible. So, what we can do? It gives a clear message to the change the way we live and consume resources. Understood? That's why many times I have informed you, and we have learned and we have discussed in the previous classes about the over exploitation of resources. Some resources are being over exploited. So it is some resources are non-renewable resources, so it won't be renewed again and again. So we have to be careful about this non-renewable resources as well as renewable resources also. How much we require, that much we have to use. Understood? In the last class, we have discussed about the checklist. The most important thing is to raise awareness about the issue and steering from ourselves and spreading the information to our closest ones. Understood? We have to spread this awareness about these things, and you will have a bigger influence on them and than anyone or anything. For example, if you start recycling and tell your family why you are doing that, they will start recycling too, and spread the news to the neighbors and the other family members. Understood? Then it's a small and a simple step to begin with, but yet it can make a big difference and contribute a lot to the reduction of ecological footprint. Understood? So let us quickly recall the important things we have discussed in this class. So the first, we have discussed about the ecological footprint definition, then what is the expansion form of WWF, and you can see the picture here. Then the introduction part of the ecological footprint we have studied. Then about the worldwide fund for the nature. Understood? That we have studied when it was established and all we have studied. Understood? So you have to make a note of the expansion form of WWF and the definition of ecological footprint. You have to write and show me by evening. Understood? Thank you. Take care. We'll meet in the next class.